thank you for coming. We're honoured.
No, thank you for
having us, brothers.
bro.
Honestly, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah.
Blessings, bro.
Yeah.
So, Nat and Ish, like for anyone that doesn't know, can you tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you guys are doing?
Okay, Nat and Ish, we are identical. Well, obviously, as you can see,
we're identical twins.
Identical twins. We're music artists and entertainers. We've been entertaining since
we were seven, and then taking music seriously. Well, we've been acting from about 7 to about 14 to from 7 to about 15, 6. No,
it went
until 19, 20.
Yeah.
And then we were dancing
Professional dancers
from about 18
till
to
about
23. And then we were professional singers from about...
music artists since about 2019.
Yeah.
But music's always been in our genes since we were like
13, 14, writing bars in school.
Yeah.
I had the sickest 16 always.
Yeah.
It was literally like just producing,
You
singing.
still remember it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not do that.
No, but yeah, honestly, I still remember the first bars.
We've been always like very, since we were young, we've been very inclined in regards to entertainment. We knew that was literally our path, and that lit us up.
100%.
If there's anything that lit us up in regards to like, what do you want to do, we'd always say it was either acting, dancing, or something within entertainment. Since we're young, it's always been like that.
That's wicked. Like, what sort of stuff have you done in the part, like for entertainment?
Okay, so entertainment, acting. We've acted with the National Youth Theatre when we were younger. We've done adverts. We had a documentary about ourselves on TV.
On Sky TV.
On Sky. We were like second in the UK
Street Dance Championships 2 years running. We've been on tour with X Factor contestants, Ollie Murs. We've been backing dancers for Fleur in the music videos, Deneo, Shiesty, Baby Blue. As artists, we've supported in big stages.
We set up teamed up with Wiley, the first Soca Esky dance. We set up as well alongside Wiley and Esky Beats. We've done like, we've done.
Yeah, listen to it now, it's like, right, is that what we've done? But then even now, we're like flying out next month, performing alongside Stylo G.
Oh, wow.
In Malta.
Sick.
We're flying out to
Saint
Saint Lucia next month also, with Saint Lucia Tourist Board flying us out, performing out there with Lucian artists and stuff like that as well. So there's a lot going on. And there's a surprise. A surprise in there as well this year.
Yeah, the surprise in there this year. We've done stuff with we've done a short documentary on Channel 4. We've done stuff with Crime Watch. We've not been on Crime Watch. We've done reconstruction. And we've done it. Credit to our acting, yeah. People calling up our parents like, oh my gosh, are they alive? I'm like,
my auntie was like, eh.
I'm like, it's a reconstruction, auntie. Like,
are the boys okay? I'm like, you just spoke to me yesterday. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Reconstruction. But so we've done quite.
Is that? Oh, really? That's it. And how did you through all of like this entertainment? Have you like been paid for it or?
100%.
Yeah. Has it been sustainable with everything you've been trying to do? Because obviously it's a hard market to get into this.
100%.
That's so good. Go on.
John, that's a. Credit to you for asking that question.
I'm working on myself. I'm working.
Yeah, no,
that's
a really good question because everyone sees you when you're kind of on TV, you're doing something like that in the big bucks and whatever. Initially, when you first start off, you may be not earning as much because you're not business savvy. But then the more you start talking to people, to be fair, if you really want to get educated about the industry which you're in, it's the entertainment business. There's entertainment and then there's the business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But because we're both as well in corporate, it was like, okay, if we're going to be navigating this as a duo,
like
we need to be making sure that
we're one business savvy and also entertainment. So we take our corporate side of things because at the moment we still got no management. We do everything ourselves. So when we tell people that they're like, what? And you're doing this, I'm like, yeah. Because where we are in our companies and stuff like that, where we are at leadership level anyway. So I can conduct myself in regards to meetings and how I can negotiate things and stuff like that as well. So it's a bit of both, bro. Yeah. And it's a bit of both. But we have to make sure like it's sustainable, but it can always be better. But we make sure that we have our jobs as well there as well as a buffer.
Because it's one thing having like a passion for something, but if you don't understand the business dynamic, then it's hard to sustain these things, I imagine. So
100%.
And I think that's where sometimes, because it looks glossy to people that are not in it. But
Very glossy.
But once you're in it,
You're like, wow.
like you have to graft and you have to be very business savvy and know how to conduct yourself and how to hold yourself up. Because if you don't,
Everyone wants something for nothing.
Yeah.
Everyone wants something for nothing.
you never get paid what you're worth. You get paid what you negotiate.
Yeah.
It's true. It's different disciplines, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
there's business and there's the entertainment, but doing it both, you've got to kind of navigate it to work out best for you, isn't it?
Brother, 100%.
Otherwise, people just want to eat and
Yeah. The amount of time people go,
the shocks.
Yes.
Hey guys. Do you know what? Actually, I'm not saying this I'm not trying to tarnish what we're doing, but people go to, oh yeah, come on mate, give it a bit of exposure. I'm like, but you saw my work, that's why you contacted us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So then if you see the value and you know what it's gonna bring, then you have to pay it for it. I'm not gonna go to Asda and go, oh, I'm hungry, I want a loaf of bread.
But I see it's exposure because it can be exposed to my house. No, mate, pay for
what it's worth.
You know your value, isn't it?
Amen.
Know your value.
Did you always know your value, or was that a lot to grow through in the earlier stages?
Do you know what the thing is? Yeah, with entertainment industry, like you at the beginning you have to do stuff for free, man. Like
you have to,
and that's a sad thing because sometimes no, because sometimes in certain industries you don't. But what I'm trying to say is just in comparison to certain other industries, certain other industries you may get paid to do an apprenticeship.
It's true.
You may get paid to learn.
Okay. Fair.
So I don't mean it's sad as in it's sad for.
Okay.
I just mean like in other industries, if you have to do an IT apprenticeship, you get paid to learn. If you have to do electrician or plumbing engineering course or whatever, you get paid to learn. In the entertainment industry, a lot of stuff at the beginning you do for free. Now, for us, we're very driven. We're very blessed that we've got amazing parents that taught us about self-belief. So we always believed in ourselves and we always have a higher vision for ourselves that what we can achieve.
Deserving.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But when you don't know the business at the beginning, you will still, oh yeah, cool, I'll do this, I'll do this.
We're doing a lot of stuff, and then when you start to build a name, a lot of times, some people that you may be seeing now that you think are at a decent stage, they may not even be where you think they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. It's like when I started my own business, it was that kind of. It's a bit like a begging bowl stage as well, where it's like you just got to keep putting yourself out there,
100%.
see what sticks. Even with the podcast, it's been quite challenging with some guests. Like you come on and some people are interested, but they're not really interested. They don't know how to say no. But you know, things take time, don't they, to materialize, and you got to just keep planting seeds and kind of growing in different directions. So where did you guys where were you brought up?
So we were born up East London.
Yeah.
Our family, our background from Saint Lucia in the Caribbean. So it was a double entendre. So you've got, our parents are first, what do you call it, like first immigrants?
Yeah, first generation.
First generation immigrants. So we're like the first generation who's come here after our parents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the household, it's Saint Lucia. Sure. No, it's not a joke. It's Saint Lucia.
West Indian, you're getting home cooked food
every single day.
West Indian dishes. The whole house is Saint Lucia. Once you step out,
you're in London.
It's East London.
Yeah, you're in East London now. Yeah, so we grew up in East London. Went to like Holy Family. So like a lot of. But the blessing is, you grow up in such a multi-talented area, and the same so about for everyone because I'm a little draft in that. But you got, for example, you have people like
that's a solution. Sorry, my friend. I like a draft.
Like catching there.
Like
you have people like Lethal B went to our school. Lethal, Ozzy, like Nico, Fleur East. Fleur East was in the year above us.
Flo Dan.
Flo Dan, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So you had a talent in school, but sometimes you didn't realise it as much.
Yeah.
When you're in it, because everyone is barring or musically oriented or good at sports and stuff like that. But I think what we really realised was when like we came in year 7, and I think Lethal just left.
Yeah.
Like we didn't cross paths. We haven't crossed paths as of yet.
Big up Lethal.
Yeah, big up Lethal. But you don't realise it. So like he was there, and they're charting on top of the box, and they're doing their thing. And then like, oh my gosh, Lethal, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, oh my gosh, like, bro,
we're in the school,
You know, my mum used to babysit.
Yeah,
man.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So big up Mummy Sammy.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Big up mum.
So was there a capacity for that at school, like where people wanted to be artists in your kind of area? Was there like, was there an encouragement around that, or was it like, just stay in your lane?
Do you know what? Yeah,
it was the beginning. It was the beginning of the grime era.
Right.
So like
right.
I'll say my age. We're 34. So the time when grime kicked off was when we were like 14, like 13, 14, and that was like pivotal point. Like grime is kicking off, and it wasn't like people were accommodating for it. It was like it was happening. It was like the beginning of like hip hop NWA. So everyone's going to school. Everyone's got a 16.
Yeah.
Someone may have a mic somewhere. Like, do you know Rebound X I made a tune?
Like Rhythm and Gash.
Rhythm and
Yeah.
Like, that's my close boy.
Oh, swear.
So we had a collective together. So
Okay.
like him, me, Ish, Seif, Daniel.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Louis,
yeah.
and Louis.
So I used to predominantly beatbox. I wasn't really an artist, bro. I used to like beatbox and like make beats and stuff like that with Rebound. And like everyone was just doing their thing. It was like that height. It was just so organic.
There's so much just clashes every single day.
Clashes.
I had a lyric book in my backpack every single
On
day.
beatboxing, everyone's clashing and whatever. It was just a big energy, a big ball of energy when you're younger.
Sick.
And,
Absolutely
and you
sick.
didn't like.
You didn't know.
You were just doing it for fun, but you didn't know
what was the magnitude of what was happening.
Yeah, because it's developing, isn't it? It's new,
Yeah.
it's fresh.
And when you say like clash, like did it ever escalate, or was it all like it was all love between?
Oh, it escalated.
It escalated. I'm not gonna lie. One time I got rinsed by year 9 and I was in year 11. That was a sad
Yeah,
day.
to
No,
hold it
that
up.
was sad day for hop hip. Honestly, yeah, I was like, he said something to me, and I said, it's a little you, man, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not
And he goes, no, I mean, you clash in the playground lunchtime. And I was like,
But you can tell you can tell he was born.
he was writing for me, and I was like, then it was like, oh, you're year 11, like, what are you gonna do, Ish? I was stressing, man. I was in maths. The teacher was saying I couldn't give a SHIT about algebra right now. I got a bar this year 9 because you can't go. No, I'm not borrowing them.
Yeah.
And then everyone started crying around. And I think he said, I call my boys. They come with the feds. You call your. See, I call my boys. They come with the feds. You call your boys. They come with the feds. Oh my gosh, he rinsed me, and I said, you know what? I told her the chin. I thought from that day.
Yeah,
No one's gonna be spinning me like
You're
that.
gonna be prepared.
Yeah, my pen.
sure
Yeah.
pen.
So I started
Yeah.
writing even more from that day. That hurt me so much. You can see I still remember that bar until now.
Imagine, it's stuck in it.
Jesus Christ.
You've been
Imagine.
Yeah.
there, bro.
But beautiful, honestly, beautiful times. Things escalated due to the time, and I think during that time there's a lot of stuff happening because you could be from one area and I've been from another area. Things just going off in all directions, but the music brought everyone together.
But let's not forget, it was a time where we didn't have what we had now. You didn't have like phones and like nice clothes like that so overtly. You get me? So if someone had like a polyphonic ringtone or like too much of a MP3 phone, that's getting sucked. Someone's getting sucked for that phone. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Just for people that don't know, sucked.
oh, sorry.
Sorry.
So not in that way, but it's in a way of like someone was going to get jacked for that. Someone's
getting robbed for that phone.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get robbed for that phone. But
And was there like a kind of gang side to all of this, or was it just for...
not with us, bro.
Nah.
We was brought up in
With our parents, we can't join a
no
gang.
chance.
a gang.
Gang who? My parents are the gang.
Yeah. I was, if anything, I was more afraid of my parents rather than school or anything happening or the police. I was more afraid of my parents.
We were like the guys in school who were just cool with everyone. Do you know what I
I was
mean?
joke. I was just cool. But we could bar. It's predominantly could bar. I'll beatbox my life out, bro.
And just we were the guys that would just have a fun, have a joke, have a laugh. If anything, we were the guys who just. The twins, yeah, they're cool, man.
Yeah,
Man, yeah.
the twins, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the twins, yeah.
We had massive afros in school.
I know, obviously, now you can't.
Did you?
Yeah, it's hard to
And a
believe
big
now.
forehead, bro. Oh my gosh. And I came out one time. I don't know what we were thinking. Jesus Christ.
Stretch my forehead.
Stretch my forehead back. I look like Mr. Burns.
We might need those photos to reference.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
So what happened after school for you guys?
Okay, so do you know what? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. School. Yeah. So came out of school. We failed our GCSEs
Hard.
and that wasn't even like us because we came from going from. Imagine this. We came from going from like year 3, knowing my 12 times
Tables. No, 14 times tables at the age of year 7.
At the age of
No, we were 7 years old, sorry.
7 years old, I knew my 14
times tables. To then go into year 11, and you only get, I think I only got 3 GCSEs.
Yeah, 3 GCSEs. So we done an applied course, and then I went to.
But that was just due to a lot of stuff happened in year 9.
Yeah.
Which was, I'm going to tell the story anyway. So basically, mum come home from Saint Lucia. Me and my brother on the bus, jumped off the bus, flying down the road, racing to get home early.
Yeah.
So we ran down the road.
Ish goes in front of me, cuts in front of he crossed the road, cuts in front of me, so now I'm chasing Ish. All of a sudden I see a guy just chase after Ish. I'm chasing after the guy
So I'm
too.
breezing. So now
So
I'm like,
Ish, run.
run. I'm looking behind me. I see a guy in the Adidas tracksuit just chasing me. So I'm thinking, what?
So I'm
running
chasing the guy,
past.
so basically it's a white guy chasing Ish.
So I'm like, I cannot go and go to my mum and dad's house right now because he's going to know where we live.
Yeah.
So I went past the house, literally went to go around, he just kicked my feet, head just smashed against the car on the bonnet. So at this time, I'm like, who's this guy? I don't know.
But at this time that's happening, as I'm about to run, I'm about to like soon jump on the guy, I'm getting pulled back. Yeah, it's police and blah 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 blah, and they're trying to cuff me up and trying to cuff my brother up.
Yeah.
What?
So they think that
I've robbed
they
Nat.
think that he's robbed me.
Yeah.
And we're identical twins.
But I'm screaming, I'm like, I don't know this is happening over there. So I'm like, nah. I'm thinking, where
I'm trying to break out.
So I'm now on the, now we're fighting. Now we're fighting on the floor, obviously.
What with the other
Allegedly.
the alleged policeman?
Yeah.
Right.
So like he's like a big man.
He's not saying
nothing to me.
that he's police or nothing like that. He just clipped him. His head hit the bonnet,
and
he's just
he just wailed into me.
And then you're not far behind.
Yeah, I'm not. Far, and I'm trying to break out because other police officers have got me, but they're all in plain clothes. They're all in plain clothes. They haven't said anything, and this on our road.
That's mad.
So as it happened, I switched him over. So we literally kind of like a back and forth. I got my ass whooped. Royally
like
whooped.
his head was cut up,
whatever, yeah.
It was bleeding and stuff.
So then I'm thinking, I see blue lights flash. I'm thinking, yeah, all right, cool. Police come, like, I'm safe now. So he start cuffing me like, you're under suspicion of robbery. I'm like, robbery? Like what?
So imagine, bro, you're on our road. They've cuffed at my brother. They've detained me. Everyone's on me, my brother. All the neighbours have come out and looked at me, my brother.
And they're like, another one of you guys, man.
And I'm like,
and you're like the least people to do like,
bro.
Come on, man.
So I'm like, let me see my mum, let me see my mum and dad.
Yeah, how did you feel around that time when that was all happening? Like,
bro, I was like, that's what I'm trying to say. So we followed so my mum, to cut a long story short, my mum was pissed. My mum took photos. Mum was like, look, you beat him so much, even the police officer's hand was cut
open.
For nothing.
For nothing.
It's a piss take.
So then, like, no one wanted to take the case. No one wanted to take it because I think at that stage, no one really going against the police as they are now, right?
Okay.
So we got a representative from the Liberal Democrats from our area.
Big up Bob Sullivan.
Big up Bob Sullivan every single time.
Big up Bob Sullivan, man.
He helped us, put us in contact with a solicitor, then had the fight, like, go to court literally every month with the police from year 9 till year 11. And you're in and out of school.
So I'm in and out of school, so I'm like, I'm not even though I'm in school, I'm there, but like...
I'm not there.
Yeah, you're dealing with real
real life stuff.
But like, we're not really telling everyone this.
Yeah.
No.
And people who sometimes you tell in school, they laugh and like, it's a joke. Like, you think, like, you want to think, you robbed him? It's a joke. But what's happened after that now, like, now, my mentality, and I think that kicked off when I was younger, a certain rage in me.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Where I didn't know at that point.
Okay.
So like I had a flick of a switch where
Triggered.
but it was more than a trigger. It was like, I can't explain it. Do you know when like at anything, my whole body's like, I'm raged now because I think the feeling of not being able to defend myself at that point and someone taking abuse of their
Power.
The power. And as a person, yeah, that you think that you should be calling if anything kicked off, and they're beating down you just because you're black. Like, how can you think that he robbed me and we're identical twins wearing exactly the same thing?
With the same afro.
So what happened with the case? Like,
We won the case, but the thing is it took 2-3 years. So all through school, we're in and out of court the whole time, and that's why we're not feeling our GCSE.
But when the funny story, it's quick funny segue. When we got our results, because to us now, because you're in ends anyway, you hear about this stuff happen all the time. So he was like, it's cool. You just brush off, it's cool, whatever. But I don't think me and that really took it in. But things started changing in our lives at that particular point, where we didn't realize our behaviours were changing. Mm-hmm. So now we failed our GCSE, so we think, cool. But we failed, and we know that our parents have paid for tutoring for us to do our GCSEs.
they're strict.
With Saint Lucian parents. Hey.
Mum's like,
I paid for you out. I saw 3 GCSEs. I looked at Nat. I said, "Oh shit." Can I swear?
Go.
I said, "Oh shit."
some of my boys were like, "Oh, don't worry, the twins are going to come back, cartwheeling around the corner." I tried to run home.
I ran home.
Who did we meet? Another police again. Like, and I was like, "Oh man!" And they were like, "Oh, what did you get?" And they were like,
I was like,
"Free." And they were like, "Oh no, sorry, you can work out." I was like,
"No,
my parents are going to kill me."
We ran from Walthamstow to Leighton. That's how shook we were.
Yeah, mate.
But then after that, we took a year, took GCSEs again, and then we went to Leighton sixth form.
I done my A levels, passed my A levels, but all the time, like, just because, like, even when it was in like Holy Family, a teacher was like, "Oh, you can't do A levels. You could never be able to do A levels." And this is the same teacher that's now calling me back to the school now to give talks again.
Yeah, so now go back.
So what I always say is, no matter how much people say to you no, self-belief and self-acknowledgement is always key. Like, and I know it's not easy. It's always easy to be said and done. But that's why I always commend our parents. They always taught us the power of self-belief since we were very young.
And I want to say this. I'm not saying it as a boastful thing, but even from that happened to me at an age of 14. By the time I was 17, 18, going to university, I managed to turn that around. I got a scholarship to go to university.
Yeah, this guy got a scholarship.
And got paid for.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was on the BBC for High Achievers. I've never been for High Achievers in my life. But I was on the BBC. Do you know when they come out and like, "Oh, there's someone who's done really well in their GCSEs or whatever, no, in the A levels, whatever," and I was on there.
That's amazing.
So
bro.
anything can, for me, like, that made me realise that anything can happen in a short space of time. Short space of time, as long as you apply yourself, you believe, and you've got the right backing behind you. Do you know what I mean?
So you've done stuff in schools, like for the kids and
done
talks.
Yeah. So I go back and talk to
every year.
Yeah,
every year.
Is it?
I'll go back to Holy Family and like give life. And what we like to do is like relate to the kids as much as we possibly can, because like I wish we had people like, do you know what I'm saying, Sammy?
Of course.
Like coming back to our school that you can actually see and relate to.
Yeah.
And like, right, like he's been through similar sort of things and he's still succeeding. And I think that what is about listening is it's always it's never about where you are, it's all about your next step. Like, bro, like just put one foot in front of the other, and sometimes no matter how hard it is. And they don't teach young children life lesson skills in that, bro. Like,
no.
So like we tried to make it our duty to give back. Because we knew how it was.
We knew where we come from. We knew the certain difficulties that we faced, and the challenges that we faced. But then it was always like, okay, we could sit here, but nothing's gonna happen. Or you can just try, and you never know what's gonna happen. So we rather try and achieve rather than just sit there and go.
Like our dad would say, what have you got to lose?
Nothing, Dad. What have you got to gain? Everything.
See, that's powerful, man.
Yeah.
The fact that they instilled that in you from a young age, it's really done you justice, man.
Amen.
It's strong.
Amen.
So
you took me deep there, G.
Deep.
So like, do you find the young kids like receptive to the message, or like, do they hear you? Do you feel like you can influence them enough, or is it?
Yeah, because there's one thing. Sorry to cut you, G, as well. There's one thing that we don't do is try to preach.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because we know people around us that has went down a different path than what we have. And everyone's not going to go down the right path straight away. So I can't just say, yeah, you got to do this and you're going to be successful and you're going to do that. But bro, you've got your own path to live.
Journey.
Only thing, if you want it, it's there for you. But you got to put in the work. No one's going to go and put in the work apart from yourself. We used to cheat ourselves. You had your little Game Boy. And you had your textbook there, like, mum come in, reading, big reading.
Mum be like,
you're only fooling yourself. We were fooling ourselves, man.
See?
But John,
Did you find that the strictness of your parents actually pushed you away from like that discipline, or do you feel like it helped?
Nah, do you know what the thing is?
I would have given myself more beating, to be fair.
Yeah, bro. Like we were
troublesome. We weren't bad.
We was never bad. We were very hot. Our parents have been very hot with us on manners, and that's how we are.
Manners, respect, so
dignity and humbleness. Like.
Yeah, but that definitely shaped us in terms of the way we are now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because I think that like they were strict, but they were loving and caring
and lenient.
And lenient. So our age gap between our parents is quite big, bro. Like so, like my older, just to point, I'm not gonna say how old my parents are, but like
before my mom goes, hey, you tell him how my big age on podcast, big age day.
So like. Just to point, one of my oldest brothers like in his 50s. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, in comparison to that, you'd expect our parents to be very, very old school, but they've always been like understanding about... Very understanding and loving and being like, okay, cool. Do you know what? You don't have to be a doctor, a lawyer, and X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do
it. As long as you do it with your full capability and your full abilities, I'm there with you.
Yeah.
If you don't, then we got problems.
Yeah.
But as long as you're going to be willing to give you 100%, we're there with you.
So we was like, oh yeah, I want to get into acting and that. Mum's like, okay, cool. Mum got us into a local like acting class, KCK, like people in the ends know.
Yeah, Creative Culture Club.
Yeah, we got us in that since we were like, maybe like 10, 11. Yeah.
And that's when it kind of just started. So we always wanted to do, we used to sit in the living room, watch Michael Jackson.
Or like watch Jerome McCoy and do skits and stuff like that.
On absolute 10, the crotch grabs were insane. Well, mental. I will do it now, but we're on a podcast, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, absolutely insane. But from then, and then we went from KCK to Identity Drama School, which is the same one with John Boyega, the guy who's done the first Damson Idris, who's in Snowfall. And then from there, went to university, and then we were dancing in uni, so I'm just literally segueing.
It's good, yeah.
We were dancing in uni with a duo who was singing, and then my mum saw, it's always my mum. It was my mum. No, the mum and dad, but mum's always be like, go and do this. She would just push, like, to give you
mum like, there's a competition, like, half of us got talent, like, because we went to Hearts Uni. Mum was like, why did you do that? And we were like, okay, cool, into the competition. We done like a few routines, we won it, and then from then, boof.
Wow.
Yeah. Then we turned on the Christmas lights with Heart FM, and then went on tour with them, with the X Factor contestants, and was literally doing that.
Yeah. And this went off.
And it just literally
snowballed,
man.
Yeah.
And then that's when and I think people go to us, how did you get the things that you got in terms of dancing with like the Neo, Baby Blue, Shy Scene, started going on tour with everyone? It was just people just seeing us, and I think it was just organic. It wasn't even luck. It wasn't even the right place at the right time, because we just really wanted to do it. We really wanted to be in that environment. So we just put the work in and put yourself out there.
You create your own luck. That's what happens.
Essentially.
So what was it like working with these, like, all of these different people, like all these famous people?
Do you know what? What were you saying now?
It was working with them. We like it. We've always been in the industry, but what you've got to realise is that like sometimes you can't expect everyone to be how they're going to be on camera.
But remember, you're the backing dancer.
Okay.
We're not the artist.
But for us, we're not backing dancers.
No.
You get me? Like, I'm backing dancer, but I'm not a backing dancer, bro. I can really go right in front of you like, but like, it's just no.
You got
Get back.
So we purposely done stuff like, if you ever look up like Double Trouble Wanted, like we done stuff like back in the day. We created like
this was like probably 11, 12 years ago. Our own short film
of us like dancing like a whole storyline. It was like a whole a short movie.
Literally a short film.
That was sick.
Yeah, do you remember
love.
Yeah, so like even though we were backing dancers at that time, but then we were backing dancers, and then we used to do stuff like dancing on the Sunday show like with Mo the comedian and stuff like that back in the day, bro. Like we used to do quite a lot of stuff like that. So
like, I think how many was Mo and who else? Mo was hosting. He hosts every Sunday. But it was almost like a melting pot for talent.
Sunday show was a melting show. If anyone remember, Sunday show was a melting pot for like emerging up and coming talent. There's a lot of people that
you see today
that came
up from there. Yeah, because Mo's like doing really well now.
Oh, he's amazing, man, and he deserves all his flowers, man. Because like we've seen the growth that he's put in, even from before the Sunday show. Do you know what I mean? And to keep someone entertained as a host every single week and come with different jokes.
Yeah, it's work, innit? It's work.
Well done. Well done. You know?
So you've kind of been going on this journey of like doing all different things. Has there ever been some like real difficult times in that entertainment process that you found, or
100%.
100%, bro.
what's been the most challenging times for you guys?
Okay, I'll tell you certain things. Yeah.
And you'll be like, you're definitely twins.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, why self-belief, and you just got people that will be successful, or the people that just like you have to have your own self-belief and consistently go on your own journey. So like, was like, and I think everything happens for a reason to put you in the position where you are now. So like, we done Britain's Got Talent. We got through the first round. We didn't get through the second round. Same as Got to Dance. We done Got to Dance second.
We got through the second round, and Ashley Banjo. So we performed, and then he come back and he goes,
No. He saw us rehearsing,
listen. And he was like,
and he saw us and he was like,
yes. So he come after he performed. He come over to us and was like, why'd you do that, man? But you know when someone's like upset, not upset at you, but it's like
he feels like
I know what you can do because I've seen what you can do.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that there, man?
And we let the moment get to us.
We let the moment get to us.
Too much nerves.
Yeah.
And let
Yeah.
so
Because
nervous, bro.
Because no one sometimes tells you about how nerves can take over. Because no matter how much you practice, sometimes the occasion, and when you know what it means to you, sometimes it can go two ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can either go, you fumbled the bag, or you're like, this is my last chance, I'm really going
to channel it, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think that in itself was learning, because it was like, that moment, and it was time, I think, Nat like threw me up in the air, and then we caught the beat and we just started dugging
all the way down, man.
All the way down. It was like, on the beat.
And Ashley was like, I saw you, man, I was like, yeah, I can't wait for you guys to come. Like, I didn't see that, and I was like...
Because you were literally forcing the fight in the beat, so I forgot the question.
No, sorry. Because have you had any adversities or anything like that within the industry?
So they got to dance, and then I think then we went on Britain's Got Talent again. So they were like, you went on there the first time, do you want to come back again? And we were like, no.
Why? Because of what happened?
Yeah, because we went for Britain's Got Talent, we went for Got to Dance, we didn't get through, and we didn't really tell that much people about Got to Dance. Whatever. We're like, we're not telling anything to anyone. So like, Britain's Got Talent again. We went, oh my gosh, I heard the buzzer goes through your soul.
And then it got aired on TV. So it was in uni.
Oh! No, what do you mean the buzzer? Go on, sorry.
The buzzer, bro, you see the buzzer sounds like, you think it sounds like, when you're live and you hear the buzzer, it goes through.
Okay.
Your soul, bro.
Yeah, because...
I'm walking like I was body popping. That made me tremble.
Start using it.
Bro, yeah. And then they showed us a clip. That was coming out.
So everyone's like, yo,
like, raw, walk on, and blah, blah, blah.
The twins are going to be like,
So you're in uni. Now imagine I'm living on campus now, and people see that, and I'm like,
real celebrities.
No, because we got X, my friend.
But you know, you gotta hold it sometimes.
No, but Sam,
in the moment,
brother,
and after.
And even like.
No, so go on, Sam.
Go on.
Yeah, so after you had to deal with it. Like, how did you feel though? Like, did you feel like you were being judged? Did you feel like?
I felt like arse, bruv.
Is it?
It's not even a joke. I felt low.
I felt low, bro.
Nat felt low, and it was like, that was the time we both of us living our mums and dads, isn't it? So I think I went to the shop, bought like a 4-pack or whatever. I'm being real, and I was like, nah, man, like this. So then,
you get to the point.
So my mum and dad came in and was like, do you wanna pack in now? And it was that conversation was like, like you.
No, it wasn't even that. I think the one we had that conversation was it like after Street on Championships?
Was it Street on Championships
or
too?
Got to Dance?
No, it was either after BT twice, the second one, because we were there, and then that's when we vowed never to do that again.
What, to dance again?
Not to dance, but like do like those talent shows online on TV, because sometimes it's like.
But never say never.
You never say never. But at that point, that's how we were feeling.
Yeah, because you've obviously felt them emotions. You felt like you took a loss, and it's like, you know what? Do I want to keep doing this?
Did you both feel like that as well?
Yeah. It wasn't for long, but it was like a period of, let's say, maybe 2-3 days. But it was a low where I don't know about that, but I haven't felt that low like that before. And my parents were like, especially when, like, this is what sets our souls on fire, bro.
Yeah, it's your passion.
Our passion. And you're going on these TV programs and like you're getting X'd out and that, and you're like, but like it just lights fires. Go on.
But the Lord said, I'll be honest, the Lord said that was not for us, bro.
Come on, John.
Because there was even a bigger fire. So at that point, Dad, I remember Dad coming home and was like, do you think you should stop now? And then me and Dad said, I don't care, Dad. There's something in us that is telling us we need to keep going. I don't know what it is, but we need to keep going.
Yeah.
Every single time we used to go to a concert, not out of arrogance. I remember with my first girlfriend, I went to Boys to Men in Hammersmith, Apollo. And I'm watching them perform, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, whoa, and I'm just, it was almost like, I'm looking at everyone, and it was like a deeper feeling, like, I can do that.
Or you going to concerts, you're like,
I could do that. But we didn't know what we was feeling and what was going to happen, like how many years down the line.
So I think it's the most hardest saying, do you know what, yeah? You need to do your acting, do your dancing, get well grounded, go through that, and then lead
come
into
here.
music and your full entertainment industry, what you're supposed to be doing. So I think that, like I said, everything happens for a reason. No matter how sometimes how bad you may feel, or you think that, oh my gosh, I feel bad because X, Y, and Z, and this is my passion, but just know that there's a higher calling, especially if there's a fire burning in you.
You get sculpted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brother, as long as your seed,
a
seed doesn't get planted on concrete, it gets planted in
It's
soil, in the dark ground.
darkness, bro.
So that's when you grow.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean, bro? So I think that's honestly where we started to grow, started to germinate.
And then we started doing music in that 2019.
In 2019.
And that was your bounce back.
Yeah.
Because do you know one of my boys, big
up Ross every single time.
And I always say that because, like, we took a big hiatus off it, and we were just in professional work.
Yeah.
But I'm working, and I'm like, and I'm still working out, but you're working, and you're like, but this ain't lighting me up, bro.
No.
This ain't lighting up. I'm also like, but look at these twins. He showed me a video of these twins on social media and goes, like, no disrespect to anyone. It's like, oh, like, these twins are not even harder than you, bro. And look at how much views they get, and look at the trajectory of where they're getting. And you guys you guys get back in the game. I don't know what it is you're doing, but get back in the game. And then that next week, we just opened up a Twitter, an Instagram account, put a picture up, and we're like, we're back.
Jeez.
We didn't even know
what I'm doing.
I don't know.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
We said we're back.
And then...
So then everyone was like, what's happening? What are you doing? And I was like, your grace is good as mine, man.
Yeah. And then
And you released the full package.
Yeah, and then it was like, because we were in Carnival all the time anyway, probably since 2012, 11. But it's always been in us from like, well, Saint Lucian heritage, and we've been back home and stuff like that. But then we're like, we hear a lot of soca that was playing in Carnival, but Saint Lucian soca is a different kind of genre of soca than Trinidad.
Like Denry segment.
It's called like Denry segment, but we didn't really hear it that much at that particular time.
Yeah,
So we're like, we want to hear this in Carnival,
but we also want to hear something that we want to hear
in Carnival.
So we're like, let's make a tune that we want to hear in Carnival, and that's how music started.
Yeah.
And what was the first track you made?
Lucian Man.
Jeez, banger.
Oh my God.
And it still
rings off today.
It rings off to today.
Yeah.
Rings off today.
And that Carnival, the first time you heard it?
Bro, do you know what I think? That's one of our goals. Like, I want our tunes to be playing in Carnival.
We writ down, we had like our year goals. One of them was like, Lucia Mandy performed and played in Carnival.
And it did within that year.
We made the tune, what do you say, June, July, and it was playing in Carnival, getting reloads and spent in Carnival.
It was a euphoric feeling.
I've never felt anything like, and I've got a video to this day, and we've got a video to this day, where you can see the whole crowd just jumping up. Just jumping up.
Yeah, dope.
Bare body shaking.
Yeah.
Shivering me timbers, man.
And then it just went from strength to strength, and it's just I'm just taking off music now.
Oh, I love that, man.
Yeah.
And it's going. Is it going well so far?
It's been a blessing, bro.
It's been a blessing.
Music's going well. Like I said, we're abroad performing in July, out in Saint Lucia, and then out in Malta as well. So, John, we have to give thanks.
Man. Give thanks, man. Give thanks.
It's just keeping up the momentum.
And by the way, a new single, "It's You," is coming out next week.
I don't know when it's gonna drop, but
we'll play it to you afterwards. If you've got, as long as you're speaking, we'll play it to you afterwards. 100%.
We'll even tag it on our post as well.
Yeah, man. 100%.
So how have you find like you've been like together for a long time?
Well, since 34 years in the womb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fair point.
I can't get rid of him.
Yeah. Have you guys always worked really well together, or have you found your challenges? Have you had to find your feet? You seem like you're both very in sync with each other.
Yeah.
Has it always been like that?
Yes
Yes,
and no.
no.
Because we had to learn. We had to we had to understand and really like, you know, like, okay, cool. Take off brother hat now. We're talking about
Business.
Nat and Ish, the business.
What do you do well?
What do you do well?
What don't?
What does Nat do well? What does Ish do well? And okay, cool. Nat, you focus on this, and Ish, you focus on this, and we hold each other accountable
To each. I may not be good at this point, but Nat is good at that, so there's no point me doing it. Nat's going to do it. And also how to communicate with each other, because I can communicate with him on a brother level. Like, there's nobody's business, but business is business.
Yeah.
I'm holding you accountable to something, bro. Like, and I would not see work now because we don't work together. So now it's like you're working with your brother, and then there's one thing which our parents said to us, regardless of what, you come in as one, you leave as one. You don't leave anyone anywhere else. You communicate well, and you don't do anything crazy outside and argue outside, and that's it. Period.
Good principles.
Yeah, bro.
Solid.
So we're super close, as a lot of people can see. But like you learn, like we're not the same. We're not the same as once we're younger. And as people, we grow, right? And we change. But as long as we have this effective communication and proper discussion with each other and understand where we are. And bro,
I'll tell you this. I'll give you a scenario because I'll be.
Well, recently.
Man,
the recent one.
Yeah, man. Because we write lyrics differently, for instance.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I would like to go.
It was the tune that's gonna drop It's You.
Yeah, Shane. Yeah, it was. Yeah, It's You. So I would go. We're like, all right, cool. This is what the theme of the song is about. All right, cool. Write your bars, and I'll go to Nat. Nat, right? Say we're going to studio Thursday. Write your bars. Have it by Monday. We can start tweaking, or we can just start maybe adding like 4 different verses or whatever. And we could bring it together. Oh, not that. But me, I'll go.
Sometimes I'll do like a quick 4.
He'll do a quick 4.
But I'm a person of proper energy and.
No, I'm bigging you up.
Oh, yeah,
let me big you up.
Go with the thing, man.
No, let me big you up because you deserve a big up. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see how you worked, and you work so beautifully. It amazed me to the point where I said, you know what, yeah, fair enough, I was wrong. Do you know what I mean? So I was always writing whatever. Then the day come. And I'm like, nah, where's your 16? I ain't got it, man. I said, what the fuck? You mean you ain't 16? Don't worry, man, it's cool, man. Think of it on the way. I said, you son of a bitch, bro. Like, we're going to the studio. No, we got 2 hours in the studio, man. Nah, I said, don't worry about it. I come at 16, Nat's there. I'm in the car. Music playing. That sounds hard, so. Oh, that sounds hard. By the time we go to the studio, 6:16. Goes in, smashes it up, bang. I said, all right, well done. I'm sorry.
You gotta rate it.
We just work differently.
Yeah. So
what you have to respect that.
Yeah. So what you like to plan and like.
Yeah.
And then you're more like you want to go with the flow with some things.
I'll plan some bits, but sometimes I like to go with the flow because what I will say to Ish is sometimes I push myself to growth. Because sometimes you're not always going to get a chance to plan.
No.
You might be in a studio session like tomorrow of a big artist. You're not going to have time to plan. Yeah, you got to be like, and that's why I say, like, I'm a vessel, innit? We are vessels, and it comes from the Most High. I always got to big up the Most High because how I can be able to pull out creativity and different sounds and melodies and stuff, it doesn't come from, it comes from the Most High. So, like, I always say to Ish, like, bro, as much as you can plan, try to see how you can be
flow.
How you can flow because you're not always going to get time to plan. You might be right, cool. Sometimes, cool. We're going to the US. You're in a studio session. You got to think of something right now on that beat because that person dropped a verse.
But Angela, since that my pen is my pen is serious. So off the top, serious. Serious. So, but thanks to that because
you grew from
that. You have to grow. You have to grow. I don't want to just stay and prepare all the time. You got to just go off and
So what's been your one of your most exciting experiences in music that you that someone you've worked with or someone you met or?
That's good.
I think someone we met was come in the studio,
Yeah.
like, you know, this is what we're doing. Come in the studio and you're like, to your session, and before you, because sometimes we'll arrive half an hour before, whatever. So come in the session, you just see Wiley just there, like, you know, huh? So our producer before was the same as Wiley's, and he was like, I've been waiting to meet you, man. I've been waiting to meet you, bro.
Yeah. No, I know about your tune. I'm like,
I know about
what?
your tune. I'm like, huh?
Wiley.
Yeah, and he was singing our tunes to us, and I was like,
That's
and-
big.
Yeah, bro. It's very humbling and like, yeah, I was gassed because imagine something that you're consistently watching when you're younger and you're hearing that sound, and now that's someone that is bigging you up and he's hearing your sound and stuff like that. So that's probably one. That's definitely one.
Yeah, that's a big one, man.
100%.
what others? What is it?
Being on like BBC, like radio one, is it
Radio
London. BBC Radio London 1 for Carnival. That's another one.
And I think just even stuff this year, because I think
Yeah, what's coming as well.
Yeah,
everything that, because there's a lot of stuff coming this year that we've manifested from last year.
Yeah.
And I even said to my missus, and we were talking about it, and I said, I said to her, well, so a lot of stuff can happen this year, and I'm not really going to be in the country as much.
Standard.
It's happening.
Yeah.
So
Which is quite challenging because for anyone that don't know, you've obviously got
little ones,
Yeah, I've got little ones.
Little ones.
That's
too.
the challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got 2 little ones and a missus. So you have to coordinate effectively, and then you always have to take into consideration her time. Do you know what I mean? So there's times where, no, I've got the kids, you do what you need to do, you go with the girls, you whatever. And then, because no matter, even if someone wants to support you as much as they can, it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
There's even times where we're driving home from, let's say, from my parents' house, and she's hearing me in the car listen to the same tune like 50 times on loop, and she's like, come on, this. I'm like, no, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone now. I'm in the zone. I'm in flow.
Or sometimes, like, we could be like at a family event and me just think of something.
And that's it, we're gone. Yeah.
And then we'll just go to the conservatory and just think like, oh, let's just bar like.
And then my missus is like, you've come to see your mum and your dad, but we're in flow now. We're in flow.
Yeah. It's hard to have balance sometimes when you're so in your flow and you're so passionate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's hard, man.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about having to be away then for the?
I
love it, man.
I'm a single man, so like, I don't have a partner. So,
Don't get me wrong,
but like,
we love it. But
I love it.
I miss my babies and my missus. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and it does sometimes cut time with having time with my son and stuff. So, like that, like without anything, the best name I've ever been called is Dad.
Amen.
Sure.
100%. We were talking about this other day.
The best name I've ever been called is Dad. So for me, like, if I miss a day or miss a weekend with my son, I'm like, oh Christ, I'm like, but all that showing videos and whatever, and he's very much invested. He'll hear all my music, all the new artwork, he has everything. They're
our biggest fans. Because
yeah.
my daughter will be like, yeah, Daddy, like, make sure you film in the studio so I can see, or just go and record and say my name. So I'll do that for her. But then I've realised, as us two, regardless of where you want to get to, there's going to be certain sacrifices that need to take place in order for you need to get where you need to get to. If we stay at home with the kids and my missus or whatever, or that's my missus, but you won't necessarily excel or get to where you need to get to. There's going to be a price to pay regardless of what. There's going to be some pain points that you're going to have to suck in. And there's times where you're going to miss birthdays, you're going to miss certain things, and are you willing to do that? Are you really willing to do what you need to do to get to where you need to get to?
For the greater good,
bro, and these are the sacrifice. But this is what I was saying. I was speaking to one of my friends today. Because I'm like, these are the things that people don't see, bro. Because I was like, I woke up early. I had like hardly any sleep today. And working early, bro, I went to a meeting, came there, filming that, and then starting again. Like, people don't see this. People will just see the glossy stuff and think it's all glitz and glam. But they don't see what's happened behind the sometimes you don't see, may not have time with your children, your little ones, your family, your parents and stuff like that.
Daddy's always working on a laptop. Like I told you something, today, or yesterday, I was up like 21 hours just working, bro.
Wow.
Went to bed about 1, 2, woke up 5:30, gone again.
Yeah.
All day today, I had a Maggie and a Red Bull to keep me up. And then you go in again.
I know,
Yeah, Daddy, I want so I put my daughter in the front seat before we came. We went shopping, took her shopping, whatever. Then she's like, oh, Daddy, I don't want to go. Stay, I want you. As she's getting older now, you feel it more because like, She wants her dad. She wants that time. It's not about the money. It's about the time you spend and what you instill into them. Do you know what I mean?
True, yeah.
It's the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very big
On family. Very big on
family.
everyone who knows us.
Yeah,
you know,
knows
big
we're
on
big on
family.
Which is quite interesting. So how do you feel like it might have an impact on them, knowing that you guys are following your passion?
No, do you know what? It does in a good way.
Yeah.
Because, and a lot of time, the thing is, yeah, I turn a lot of things down when I have my little one because I'm not with his mum. So I have him I have a certain time where I have him. I'm not gonna say my routine, but yeah, like,
Tell him, champ. No.
I turn a lot of things down sometimes because of my routine because my son comes first. But I try to be a true representation of. I practice what I preach, innit? I can't just say son follow because my son there's no can't in his dictionary. There's no can't in my dictionary. It's not I can't. It's how can I? You get me? So it's like I cannot tell you to pursue your dreams, do everything you want to do, whatever you love, pursue it, and daddy's not doing it. I try to be a true example for him. Yeah. You get me? So I think that with that, he likes it and he enjoys it because he like daddy's doing what he loves. However, I also make them aware that it's not always easy. And certain things which, and I like, okay, I'm going through X, Y, and Z, and this is how daddy, but like, it's okay. It's okay. Not everything in life is going to be easy. And just because daddy sometimes make it look easy, it's not easy. But this is the process we have to take in order. We practice hard to perform easy.
100%. And I let my daughter know that I can't be with you all the time. And it's like, that's okay. It's not daddy doesn't love you any less. It's daddy's got to work to make sure you get food in your belly. So if I don't work, what happens? I don't eat. And what happens if you don't eat? Then I starve, daddy. Then she needs to pay the mortgage sometime, man. Check.
You're talking to them on the level, man.
Yeah, I have
and
to.
how old are they?
She's 5. Well, I've got 2. 5 and 1.
Man, 6.
Yeah, 5 and 1 and 6, and you're talking to them on the level.
My son will tell
like adults.
My son will tell you what an asset, a liability, what a share owner is, what a share, what a homeowner. Financial literacy. I pattern them up from young because same thing that I wish that I had learned from young.
Yeah, I love that, man.
You have to.
Yeah, I think communication has got to be key, like with your children. So even if you don't get to spend all of the time in the world with them, at least you're giving them that real quality that they need
and love
to grow through.
Love, man, love and time. Because we got so much love from our parents. I didn't realize we're just so confident in what we do because we were loved so much and we were told that we can do anything from a young age. A lot of people don't really get that.
No.
And I didn't realize that till we were older.
Yeah.
But if you instill and drive it into someone from a young, you almost program them.
You're programming
them from a young age. You can do anything. You can do whatever. You're great. You're amazing. You can do anything you want. And then they see a representation of that in you. Yeah. To them, like, I could. Yeah, well, my daughter's already telling me what she. I don't want to tell her what she wants to do, but she's already telling me where she wants to go. She's already telling me that, and I'm like, okay, because she's seen daddy and mummy doing something, or seeing uncle and that. Okay, cool. And she's pursuing it. So I'm like, okay.
She's young as well. So yeah, that's amazing to empower your kids like that.
And love, bro. Love. Especially with daughters.
Yeah. What do you mean by love? How do you show love?
I love that question, Sammy.
Do you know what? Everyone shows love differently.
For me, I'll say for me.
No, I was speaking. No.
Love each other, guys. Love each other.
No fighting.
Fuck this. No, for me,
go on, Baldy.
No, all right, mate. For me, like there's never a day that would happen or go by without me telling my son how much I love him, 100%. How much he means to me. He's my young prince, and quality time. When they're young, it's not about money. You can buy them all the things in the world. Like Ish will tell you, like sometimes I can take my son to like 3 parks in one day.
This guy runs. He tries to run his child out. He runs himself out. By 5 o'clock he's sleeping.
Yeah, like I'm not like I'll just do like it doesn't have to be loads of money. Let's go to a park. Let's spend so much time.
Attention, isn't it?
Amen.
I'll put my phone down. You're not allowed to use any tablet. Just daddy and you. Let's have so much fun. Let's have so much good times. And I'll tell you how much I love you. Give him hugs and kisses and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, as much as bringing him up to be young prince and to be a man in society, and you have a lot more responsibilities. Well, you have a lot of responsibilities as a man in society. However, you have to know that you are loved.
Amen.
And especially from a man like my dad is such an amazing man, and he's like
trust me
for us.
Proper.
in regards to how to be a man in a household.
Very sick,
So
man.
I always make sure that I try to do the best of my ability to pass on to my son, to let him know that he's loved, but also make him aware of, if you're not doing something right,
You have to hold yourself
I'm
accountable
not
to
going
that.
to shout at you. I'm not going to be upset about you. I'll talk to you why, and daddy's telling you to do X, Y, and Z, because when you get older, you're expected as a person, a man, to do X, Y, and Z.
And we don't want someone else to come and tell you about you.
Or they have to find out the hard way.
Exactly.
Brother.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
you're an ally, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. So I'm like, always say to him, if you tell me the truth, you'll never be in trouble. I don't care what it is. As long as you tell me the truth.
Which is important, man.
Yeah.
Because if you feel like you can't talk to your parents, or you feel like, you know, you can't open up, you hold things in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you might not share stuff, and then who have you got to go to, really? Do you know what I mean? You might be afraid of getting told off or being
That's so true,
judged,
you know.
So then what do? You're just alone, kind of thing, to work it out for yourself.
And sometimes we all, at some point, someone is going to tell us something about ourselves that we don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So how are you going to deal with it when you receive that information?
Yeah, it's true.
But if you've been told before,
you're humbled already, kind of thing.
okay, no, this person's actually trying to help me. Unless someone's going to chat wass or be silly about it. If you're telling me positive criticism that I can actually take on board and that can help me or help us, then all right, great. Actually, is this person talking sense? Oh yeah, they are. Okay, maybe we should do this maybe a little bit differently now.
Yeah.
There is an art to it, because it's you. I think as a child, when you're being told by your parents, generally, like, you don't want to be listening. You want to do things your own way, and
Yeah,
but
you know best, you think.
Yeah. But I think if you're almost like talking to them on a real humble
Yeah.
level, like almost in the same place as them,
Yeah.
100%.
it's
100%.
like they must be more receptive.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard this before, so it's quite. I find this quite interesting to listen to.
Yeah, bro.
To be honest with you.
I see a lot of traits, certain things that my
Oh
son
my
does. Yeah.
gosh.
It's like a lot like us when we were younger.
Oh
And
man.
we do certain things, and I'm like, listen,
I've been
I've
here.
done this, and sometimes, son, I've done it even better. However, the reason why I'm telling you is because X, Y, and Z happens. So let's do this to make sure this doesn't happen. You get me? It's like, okay, daddy. All right.
Or I'm like,
Is he-
I know you get excited. I always used to get excited too. I was the worst one. I'm me and
Yeah,
that.
people are like, oh, Nat, you're quite hype. If you see
Man.
my brother.
Like younger, like anything that got broken was me. Anything whatever that got broken was me. So there's certain things which my daughters do now, and I'm like, listen, I've been there. I used to do it, but worse. But the reason why I'm telling you is because mum and granddad whooped my backside and whatever for this. So I don't want to do that to you.
The thing I like though about that energy is that if you use it in the right place,
Yeah, bro.
it's powerful,
Trust
right?
me, brother.
It's
Trust me.
relatable.
Yeah. When you're
know?
young,
Relatable.
it's all over the place. You don't know how to control it.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you start becoming mature with it.
Correct.
And you're teaching them from young naturally. And if they're actually receptive to what you're saying, then
But don't get me wrong, they're not going to be receptive to everything we say.
not yet.
It's going to be over a period of time. Because when you're younger, you think sometimes, look at them, they're a bit older. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's going to click.
But I think
It's gonna click.
And it's clicking, but not as they're children. Do you know what I mean?
And
So
I think it's
they gotta be children. They gotta
It's testament to like,
no,
There's a balance,
you're a
isn't
professor.
I think it's
At 5.
I think it's testament to like us as well, just being in a space of really understanding ourselves.
Amen.
And having
Yeah.
proper self-awareness. So we know what we like, what we don't like, what we want, what we don't want, and very unapologetically ourselves.
100%.
So with that being said, we try to communicate as much as we can to our children in the best possible way. To be honest, the best way that we can, because there's never going to be a right way, is it?
What you can do is all you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the balance you have to find is influencing them, but not force feeding them too much, which is a hard thing to do as a parent, because you're always trying to do what you think is best for them. But what you think is best for them and what they might actually need for themselves is sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. So my son goes football, yeah. I used to play football
He's a
as well.
proper football dad.
I'm a proper football dad, yeah. So like my son goes football, and the first lesson, was like, "Come on, tomorrow, line it, no." Then I'm like,
No. And dad goes to, he goes,
"You wasn't even there, mate."
no, but he told no. He told me, he's like, so that's like, hey man, he's only 5. He's like, that's right, he's only 5.
But then I'm like, do you know what? No, like, do you know what? Not like, the main thing is he enjoys it
And he's having fun.
Yeah.
So I'll say to him, the main thing is have fun. And like I said, you learn. You learn.
You're learning on the job.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I'm learning on the job. So like, that
He's never been a dad.
yeah, do you know what I mean? Well, yeah, before. And then I said, for me, it's like,
100%.
just have fun, enjoy yourself, whatever. So like, now I'm a lot quieter now.
No, but John,
And, you know, so-
like, that's actually a good point. We're all a parent for the first time. We don't know how this is supposed to go. You've been raised by your parents, but then remember now it's a new era, it's a new age.
Yeah, it's a new
So
age.
you
Yeah.
growing your children in this space,
It's different.
how are you going to conduct yourself? I don't know. Like there's going to be teachings which happen from my parents, which I may take, or
That may not even
be
relevant
fit
now.
for now.
Yeah.
And there's new things which you're going to have to adapt that you may not even know you're going to adapt to.
Yeah.
It's the core values that count.
Yeah,
the
man.
most. I
Amen.
think
Amen.
you might not be able to teach him everything about modern day society, but it's the roots that matter the most. of what
100%.
you're-
That's why for us it's like massive manners, respect.
Respect.
Like we're so
big
hot.
on manners.
Auntie, uncle.
Yeah, like,
please.
See,
thank you.
It goes a long way, you know.
Brother.
I was brought up like that.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It
No
goes
doubt.
a long
E-
way.
Everyone was my auntie and uncle. They weren't
Amen.
even
Yeah.
my blood. Yeah. My mum used to hit me like, "That's your auntie."
It's so true though, isn't it?
It's honestly, yeah. But it's just a respect thing, and manners don't cost anything, do they?
Amen.
Like I think stuff like that goes a long way. Like
100%.
with people, they have a lot more respect for you, and it's nice to see that they're listening to you and like.
Yeah. No, it's beautiful. I'll be honest, it's beautiful, especially when you go to mum and dad and the grandkids around and me and I just jamming and then the whole family.
Or even like same like how it used to be for us when we grew up, and you see you're out with your children and people compliment your children that you're doing a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Like, okay,
testament.
cool,
And
like,
it's a village that raises a family,
Yeah, exactly.
not just parents. You know.
So then the plans for this year is like you're going abroad.
Yeah.
So what's kind of like, what does the future hold beyond? Like what's the aspiration in all of this? The next phase or the next evolution?
Do you know what the evolution is, bro?
I think it's organic in terms of what we're doing. We're not necessarily just artists, we're entertainers. So I think you will see more of that come out and us branching into that bag. Even like us coming on here is a part of form of entertainment. We're not necessarily just artists who sing and almost sing and rap.
Yeah.
We can entertain, always put a smile on your face. And I think
Certainly can, yeah.
thank you, brother.
Tell you,
Love,
man.
bro.
And I think that's what we want to do.
And it's just basically like just doing what we do, but uplifting people when we do it. That's the main core of what we always wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that's a good
uplifting
question.
others.
Is that so? Why? Yeah. Why entertainment? Like for you guys, what resonates with?
That's just. I think that was our gift, the most I gave us. Since we were younger, that was
the gift.
That was our gift.
Yeah, you've always had it, man.
Always
Yes,
had it.
Sam
Bro,
knows.
yeah, like literally, like since we were young, like we've all just been either acting, dancing, entertaining,
or whatever.
doing a bit of comedy.
Or if you ask anyone in school, it was like, these guys probably going to be entertainers.
Yeah, and
Like,
that was,
And ultimately what you're trying to, it was to fill people with like good energy and
Yeah.
And I think maybe because you was filled with so much good energy.
Oh,
That's why, because you've been filled with so much love and energy, you know that like
you want to pour it out.
everything's bliss.
Yeah.
You ain't got no badness.
Amen,
Nah, man.
Like nothing to come back. Like everything's love.
Yeah.
so it's
I
like,
haven't got time.
your cup's full, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's
amen.
spilling. It's spilling out.
Yeah,
Amen.
honestly, I haven't got time for
Amen, bro.
negativity.
Amen, brother.
That is so, and exactly what you said, bro. And I think it's just for us. It's about we get joy out of making other people happy as well through our passion. So it's like if you've come to see us perform, listen, you've come to see us perform. We're going to give you an absolute show because
We are sweating.
when we finish a performance. Because like if I go to watch a performance, I would want someone to do the absolute best on stage because I've paid my money.
Give it them
right?
all, innit?
Yeah.
And vice versa, we'll give it our all. We always want to make sure we uplift people.
Because at the end of the day, sorry to cut you now, you've come out your house. I don't know what you've gone through during this day.
You could have had like a hard day and you want to come and just
You
see
could
us
have been in the
just
hole. You want to come out and just forget about your worries, forget about your troubles. We're giving you 15 minutes of the 7 of the finest, darling.
7 of the finest, the best
Seven of
moments
the-
of your life.
The best moments of your life, darling. No, but honestly, we're giving you, whether that be 15 or 10 minutes or 5 minutes, we want you to forget all your troubles, your stress, whatever, because life can be challenging.
And life is too
absolutely.
short, so it's
Live
one of-
every day like it's your last.
and enjoy it to the absolute
Absolute full.
fullness. Like, look, listen, like you can go like that. So at the end of the day,
And we've had a lot of our families have gone like that.
So,
like through our journey, especially like through life.
Bereavements.
Like a lot, brother. Like, and close members, like a lot have passed away. So we have realised that life is too short. So live to the fullest and actually just give everyone joy and spread joy. Bro, at the end of the day,
it's love, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Like,
it's free.
It's free,
bruv.
It's
free. It doesn't cost. It doesn't cost anything to put a smile on someone's face and spread love, bruv. Isn't it? Like, what would you rather spread, love or bad vibes?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, on our deathbed, I want to say, do you know what?
I've rinsed
my rag and I've lived a good life. And I've spread joy to people. Yeah. That's all it is.
No, it's beautiful, man. You're definitely doing it, and you've been doing it for years. And I can see like it's gonna go further and further. And
Amen.
Definitely, yeah.
You've got that vision.
Yeah, bro. 100%. Like this year's planned. Even next year's planned.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we know where we want to go.
What is it? Is there a 5-year plan, or is it just this year and next year?
I'll say this year, next year. 5-year plan is a bit more fluid, but this year, next year, in terms of rollouts, what we want to do, like singles and singles, videos, performances, and more than performances in terms of like production and stuff. What we want to do and content is already planned out.
Yeah, we know what we want to do. It's
good to have a vision.
100%.
Yeah, and I think that's why sometimes you see a lot of our freestyles more out. Like, if I'm not going to drop music, drop freestyles. In this era, is a lot now is out of sight, out of mind, innit? So we'll still give our freestyles, and you can still get content from us. Yeah. So you'll always be seeing content from us.
And our personality.
Personality will up. Yeah, you always get banner if you go.
Yeah, banner. Yeah, we get
follow us on Insta. You see a lot of that stuff.
Insta, Nat and Ish.
Yeah.
Nat and Ish. And same thing with TikTok.
No, you boys are smashing it, man. You've been smashing it for years, so keep smashing it.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you.
Honestly, thank you to The Motive. Thank you to Big G, to Saint Lucia. Honestly, brothers, thank you for having us. It's been an absolute blessing.
Honestly, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
really appreciate you guys coming on today. Sammy normally hits it with a question, like the kind of last question at the end.
Yeah, but you said so much. But let's drop it anyway. Like, what would your message be to the world, man? If you had a message, one final message for the viewers.
Rinse your rag. You never know when your last day is gonna be. Rinse your rag.
I like that.
Give it all, man.
I love that.
Because like, when I say that as well, it could fall on deaf ears. Like, you never know when your last day is gonna be. I know one of my aunties last year December went in hospital. Let's say it's the 20th. Or let's say it's before, let's say the 15th of December, the 23rd, just before her birthday, popped her clock and she was healthy. You never know when your last day is going to be. You think, no, it's right, brother. You think, I've got 7 years. But what happened if you only had 6 months? Would you be acting the way you're acting? No, you won't. Live every day like you're laughing, man. Like, live every day like it's your last. Literally. And rinse your rag.
Yeah, I love that. Because people don't want to rinse, man. They might have so much water to rinse.
Oh,
or they might leave it out on the pavement to like evaporate.
Amen.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just the way.
So true.
Real talk. No, I have to shake hands for that. Real talk.
I think mine would be, if you don't jump, you will never know that you can fly.
Deep.
Because a lot of the times, we think that, shall I do it? And 9 times out of 10, there's someone out there, and not disrespecting anyone else on their thing, someone out there sometimes that has a less talent than you, but more drive, and they're doing it and winning harder. So at the end of the day, like, life is there for living. Like, live it. Don't sit back and watch everyone live their life.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to drop into a lower vibration. It's easy to drop into complacency. It's easy to drop into stagnation. It's easy to drop into complacency. Try to do something out of your comfort zone and live your life.
It's fear, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. And the other thing is that it's always just one step. Don't think about the mountain, just one step. Because I remember I went to Spain last year. I big up Kofi. I went to see my boy in Spain, and I was climbing a mountain. First time I've ever done that. And
I saw the mountain.
Big up Kofi.
Well, yeah, big up Kofi. Big up Kofi. And was climbing a mountain. I went to get mountain shoes, climbing shoes. I've never had anything like this.
Did you get mountain shoes?
Yeah, bro. Nothing is exactly, but mountain shoes, bro. And then I'm walking and I'm like, shit. And then because I used to be scared of heights, but I'm not anymore. And I'm
used to.
Yeah,
face that fear.
Yeah. And then I was like, do you know what? Now, just one step. Just one step. Just keep looking down. Just one step, and I'll reach the top. So yeah, like the power of belief is everything.
Unrivaled.
It's unrivaled. So yeah, just jump.
Bite-sized pizzas.
Bite-sized pieces.
And don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't feel motivated every day.
No.
But just have certain things in place that you're just taking one step every single day. It's just discipline.
Yeah.
And I put this up on my personal Insta all the time. Like, F motivation, discipline and consistency. You're not going to feel motivated. I don't feel motivated
Every single day.
How about that? Listen, but just take one step. Just one step every single day.
You eat an elephant one bite at a time, they say, isn't it? So it's like that. I love that, my brothers.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, brother.
Love and blessings every single. Love and blessings every single time.
Amen.
And that was the motive.
Yeah. Love.
Sick, guys. Thank you.
Oh,
Amen.
man.